Hey peeps, welcome back to Bad Axe Bourbon. I'm Bobby. We got something a little different in store for you today. I have one episode on Irish whiskey. So, going to NorCal Liquors, Almond knows I'm trying to expand my palate a little bit, right? I gotta get over into Irish whiskey, and it's gonna take me a minute, fellas, but I guess I gotta try to get into Scotch a little bit, man. But I gotta try that unpeated Scotch, cause that peat is killing me, dude. It's like drinking a swamp, man, for me right now. I gotta get there slowly, I guess. If any of you know an unpeated Scotch that I can start with, and then maybe slowly to a lightly peated Scotch, but man, I'm trying. You gotta get me there slowly, baby steps, man. Anyway, Almond from NorCal Liquor in my hometown is hooking me up. He said, you know what, Bobby, I know you got this thing going on. You've been driving people my way. I want to do the same for you. So try this. And he gives me something to try to bridge the gap between bourbon whiskey and Irish whiskey. He gives me this, the 1608 Bushmills Red Bush Irish whiskey. And I'll tell you why he gave it to me. He says, what this is for bourbon drinkers trying to get over to Irish whiskey and see what's out there. This is supposed to be one of those products that will do it. Their claim is that they're well-rounded and complex with this thing. So this Red Bush it says it's aged in first fill bourbon barrels for an intense bourbon finish. Well, I like that already, right? So, combined with the signature smoothness of triple distilled Irish whiskey. So it's pretty light, I'm not gonna lie. Man, this is like tea, man. I like coffee more than tea, but I know the weather over there's got something to do with it. They don't have the expansion and contraction of the barrels and all that, so it doesn't get as deep into the barrels. They don't soak up as much of the notes. But man, I had the couple Irish whiskeys I had, proof was up there, and it was a couple butt kickers. The ones I had, I did a review on one of them, that Redbreast 12-year cask strength. It's pretty good. I have it here, but I was at Hobson Scotch in Walnut Creek, California. I had, the same day I had that Russell's Reserve 13. Man, that is delicious. I had that Redbreast 27 year. Man, that was delicious too. That was a good day. I didn't even know it was coming. It was a great day. Wow, my palate was thanking me. But we got here, aged for a minimum of 3 years. Yeah, Bushmills Red Bush is an exceptionally smooth blend of our triple distilled Irish single malt and fine Irish grain whiskey. Matured in American white oak bourbon casks, this exciting new blend provides a perfect balance of sweet, nutty, and vanilla notes with hints of bourbon. So that's what's gonna get me, right? That's gonna get the bourbon drinkers curious, right? That's what they're hoping. Let's get the bourbon drinkers curious because it was finished in bourbon barrels, right? Maybe it'll have a little bit of that taste in it, maybe a little bit of that flavor. So, it makes for a great choice for those new to Irish whiskey and frequent bourbon drinkers. Okay, well, I'm game. Let's give it a shot. Thank you, Almond. Thank you very much. I'm gonna give legit what I think on this thing, all right? I can't open this with if I was gonna open this with my axe, I'd have to set it on side and smack that sucker. But it's a screw top, so I don't have high hopes already. It's super light, it's got a screw top, but we're gonna see, right? I've been wrong before. Just ask my bad axe wife. I've been wrong before. Let's go. No pop. I gotta say, Bardstown, those synthetic corks are way better than your screw top. I'm gonna say that. right? Eh. Let's see what we got on the nose right out of the bottle, right? It smells like apples. It's supposed to smell like apple juice. All right, I'm getting something in the Glen. Speaking of proof, what proof we got in this thing here? We got 80 proof. So this, my friends, I guess is the Basil Hayden of Irish whiskey. So we're gonna find out. I'm just kidding. I know a lot of people like Basil Hayden. It's just not my jam, but I can see why people like it. I'm really not hating on Basil Hayden. That Basil Hayden toast, no, that new one with that rice grain or whatever in it, that was not good. But I can see why people like regular Basil Hayden. Let's get into this sucker right here. I'm trying to get into Irish whiskey. So, man, see how light that is? That is light. So it is like apple juice. Let's go, let's swirl this sucker up right here. It looks like it's light on the nose. Man, some honey, maybe some vanilla. Honey and vanilla. That's really all I'm getting right now. I'm not getting a lot of proof. I'm not getting any proof really. I'm getting nothing on the proof. So I mean it's, oops. It's getting sweeter actually. The dizzier I get it. It's a little fruity now. A little fruity. A little nutty. Not a whole bunch. I mean, that nut smell kind of came and went. It's more fruity smelling, I would say. Honey, vanilla, fruit smell. I'm not getting a whole bunch of else. Honey, fruit, some vanilla maybe. I'm not getting any barrel notes, wood, char. I'm not getting any of that. So I mean, maybe on the palate, I hope so. I'm trying to expand my palate, and this is supposed to bridge that gap, you know, from the bourbon to the Irish whiskey, and maybe it will. I know that Redbreast 12-year cask strength's kind of already doing it. If I get something more along those lines, I'll get there. I'm just gonna go for the palate. I'm getting some sweet notes. It's really light, and if you like light, I would say, you know, if you like Basil Hayden, you might like this. This might be the gap bridger for you. I'm not gonna say it's bad. I'm just gonna say it's light. There's no ethanol burn. I mean, it's 80 proof already. If you drink bourbon or whiskey on a daily, you're minimum 80 proof, and if you're going for more flavors, you're probably going higher proofs in the mid 90s at least, bonded or bonded at 100 proof. So you're gonna probably get deeper flavors, more wood, more char. And like I said, I didn't expect a bunch of oak flavors with this, although it's finished in bourbon casks. And we keep spinning it, you know, a lot of times I keep spinning this, gets more air, gets more aerated, gets more flavors. It's easy to drink. I'm leaning towards more of that Redbreast 12-year cask strength because it's a higher proof. And when it says cask strength, I mean, they're not diluting it down. But I understand this has its place. It's not bad or displeasing at all. As a bourbon drinker, I tend to like the proofs a little higher and get more of those flavors. And there are flavors here. They're just not a bunch of like, boom, you got this flavor, boom, you got that flavor. Someone that is trying to get over into Irish whiskey and that drinks Basil Hayden is like, hey man, I love Basil Hayden. I'd say, hey, why don't you give this Bushmills Red Bush a shot? That might get you over there. This would be a good, I'll say, gateway or transition to Irish whiskey. Maybe you come up to the Redbreast 12-year and then to the 12-year cask strength. Then if you got $1 billion, maybe you get that 27-year Redbreast, because that stuff can get expensive too. Yeah, I'm not gonna hate on this. It has its place. It is between $21 and $30, basically. For me, 21, that'd be the absolute max I would pay for it. That's because that's my palate. Basil Hayden peeps, they'd be happy to pay that 21 for it. Maybe even 23, 24 for it. I would never say pay $30 for this. Never, ever. But it's got its place. It's trying to fill a gap between bourbon and Irish whiskey. Okay, right on. Thanks for trying, because there's people out there that want to bridge that gap, and I'm one of them. So I can give you guys more content. Anyway, so that's gonna be it. I'm gonna rate this with some axes. I'm not hating on it, but for me, I'm gonna go 2 axes. It's super light, super low proof. I mean, I gotta rate with bourbon axes. I know it's not a bourbon, but I'm trying to bridge that gap with something like that. Thank you very much, Almond NorCal Liquor in my hometown. I'm gonna give it a 2 for me. Basil Hayden lovers, they'll give this probably 3.5 or a 4, I'm sure. But for me, I'm going 2. 2 axes, right on. Bushmills, Red Bush. What we like to say on this channel, sharing good bourbon with friends and family is Bad Axe. I'm Bobby. Thanks for watching. Till next time.